for those who don't know, why is it that there's so much violence from black, especially black youth, toward white people? And why are the blacks getting away with it?
Boy, nobody would know the answer to this question better than you, but I know that this black on white hostility is now institutional.
Yes.
People learn it at home, schools, they learn it in churches,
Yep.
TV, radio. I don't do the why. I just do the, hey, it's happening. Because
right.
There's how many people are out there saying, this is not happening?
Right. A whole lot of black people don't believe me when I say that blacks are more angry and hostile toward whites than whites or blacks. Because I say there's more black on white violence than there is white on black. They say, no, that's not true. And the reason they believe that, because the media never really shows it when it's black on white. They only show it for the most part when it's white on black.
Every second of every video or article I've ever written is a challenge. If white people are doing this too, please show us.
That's right.
Please. And all of a sudden we get the excuses. It's like, where are the videos? They can't produce them. And
right.
So what I do is just say, this is happening. And over and over and over.
There are a lot of blacks who watch this show and listen to my radio show. Tell them how bad it really is, this black on white violence.
White people know two things. One, if you go into a certain part of town, you are going to be under danger because you're white. And two, you also know something even better than that. You can't say that, or else you'll become a victim two
right.
times.
Yeah. I've noticed that white people have been afraid. You know, I've written about this for 26 years now, and I've said to white people, you need to speak up. You need to get involved. You need to do something, because you're bringing the worst out of these angry black people. You're causing them to hate you even more so because you're being a coward. And so you should speak up. Why are they afraid, to be called racist, and that to a point that they're allowing themselves, their children, their grandparents, and in the colleges it's happening to white kids. Why do they allow themselves to be that afraid?
There are some people that can't speak up. I mean, you're a teacher, you're a cop. I mean, I do videos all the time about a cop in Baltimore. He was like one of the highest ranking guys in the department. And he said, the Black Lives Matter hoodlums are out there, something like that. They suspended him for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I tell people, listen, if you're in a cubicle, don't get fired. If you're a teacher or a cop, they bring my book to work. If they start playing your videos at work, their life will change. But there are a lot of people who can speak out.
Right.
The people, maybe they're retired, maybe they're self-employed. I'll tell you, here's a great example. A college kid went out to get into his car at like midnight. There was a black fraternity having a party next door. Next thing you know, these 20 kids are beating the hell out of him, almost kill him. So his mom went through the same thing. She was going, what happened? Why didn't you arrest somebody? Why didn't you question somebody?
Yeah.
Just a little old white lady from Springfield, Missouri, where Brad Pitt comes from. I mean, this is where you move when you want to get away from this stuff.
Right.
Everybody gave her we don't know nothing about nothing. So she called me, I did a story on it. She put up a website about it. She went and she was raising hell with everybody she could find. And, I think at some personal cost, her husband had a nice business, which did okay. But I just heard this the other day. I haven't had a chance to talk to her. They sued the black fraternity.
Oh,
and
good.
got a significant judgment. So not everybody's afraid. Not everybody's cowering. But the message is, if you can say something, you absolutely have to.
That's right. I've noticed that, yes, you might lose something as a result of speaking up, but other things open up for you that's greater than what you lost. And I've come to realize you should be honest, you should tell the truth, and don't let material things or people, places, things control you where it prevents you from telling the truth.
Well, think about all the cops in this country.
Yeah.
Cops, if you talk to cops, they're victims every day of black violence, black harassment, black taunting, even black on white murder and black on cop murder. In Chicago, if you pull into the south side of Chicago, the black neighborhood,
yes,
people will point their finger at you and go, CCK, Chicago Cop Killer.
Really?
Yeah. And of course, all the songs, the songs we can't repeat here.
Right.
F the police, right? And so this thing about hostility to police is institutional. They know we're saying the kind of stuff they would say if they could without getting fired.
Right. When I go to Chicago, I'm real careful about the neighborhoods that I go into. And I know a lot of black people who are afraid of going into those areas, but you don't really hear them speaking out about it either.
It's funny that a lot of black people are ambivalent. One day you'll hear them say, listen, we want more cops because we want a safe neighborhood too.
Yeah.
The next day a cop is arresting a thug for doing something really bad, and they're the ones saying the cop, was too rough with that little fallen little
Right,
angel.
that's right.
And so a lot of people are trying to have it both ways.
They can't do that.